All right, welcome back to another episode of Fallout Cast. I am Jackson Jones, and we've got Christopher here. Hello, Christopher.
Yo, what is up, Jackson? How are you tonight?
Oh, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm terrific, man. Ready to talk about some Fallout 4 once again this week?
Yeah, man, we got some good topic ideas this week. We got survival mode to talk about, official mods. We got, a little debate about achievements. And then you were talking about being a trophy hunter with the platinum trophy that you got. Figured we could definitely get in some about that. But you know what? First things first, we might as well just go into survival mode. What are your thoughts about your whole not being able to sleep or save or whatnot? Like, what's all that about?
All right, so like Todd Howard, he's the guy, the head honcho with Bethesda, the god of Fallout.
God Howard, yeah.
God Howard, yeah, there you go. So he did an interview, I believe it was with IGN, and he was talking about some of the things that they were going to do within survival mode for Fallout 4 and some of the changes that they were making. Things like bullets will now have like a weight amount to them. It'll vary by the caliber of the ammunition. Fusion cores have weight amount, rockets, mini nukes. All these things are going to add weight, whereas before they did not affect like your carry weight. Then there were things like you cannot sleep anymore. You can sleep, you cannot save anymore unless you sleep. So you're going to have like a settlement with a bed, and that's the only way you can save your game. There's no fast travel, so without fast travel, that means that you are definitely going to have to do all the little quests like Preston gives you to set up a new settlement or help the settlements, and then set up like radio towers. And because if not, without fast travel, you're going to be walking all the way across the map. If you only say you've set up, maybe the castle or sanctuary, but if you're like in the glowing sea or something, that's a long way to walk back to sanctuary.
There's someone in town who isn't afraid of this
you're gonna have to start
institute.
setting up settlements all over the map, and in order to save and just I don't know. I just think it's a fascinating way to play Fallout 4 from what I've been used to for the last few months. It kind of reminds me, I guess, more along the lines of like how New Vegas was with some of the stuff. So I don't know. That's just I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow. There's some other changes that they made to it. Looking at the list real quick, fatigue. Fatigue works like radiation, but it'll affect your action points rather than your hit points. So the more fatigue you've built up, the least amount of action points you'll have for other actions. So that's something that's different. There's different diseases and stuff they have now. Eating uncooked meats and drinking unpurified water, that'll increase like the damage that you take or the radiation damage and stuff. You have like a compromised immune system now, but that's a little bit different. Crippled limbs is another one. They will no longer auto heal after combat, and you'll remain crippled until you get healed by a stim pack. So that's something that's definitely different. The enemy and loot repopulation. So once you go to somewhere and you clean it out, sometimes if you go back, everyone's still dead inside the whatever little settlement that you went into or building that you went into. Sometimes you'll go back and everyone's just dead, but you will see the loot and stuff will sometimes show up there again. Sometimes it won't. Now that will happen, but it'll do it at a much significantly slower rate than before. So that's something else you're gonna have to keep in mind. The bed types too is another big thing. So the type of bed you're sleeping in, that'll determine the length of time you're able to stay asleep. So if you're in a sleeping bag, you won't get that much time. But if you have that nice big white medical bed with the dirty sheets, you might be able to stay in there a little bit longer. So it's totally changing the way you play Fallout 4 in survival mode. I just think that's pretty awesome or whatever. Have you read anything about it?
Seeing everyone surviving.
Oh, I read the link that you sent me. My opinion on it, though, it sounds like Todd Howard or God Howard is really, really pushing to have us reach that 400 hours of gameplay with this thing. I mean, that's really exactly.
Do you suspect the Institute was involved?
I mean, no fast travel. All that sounds to me like okay. So he wants it to hit the 400-hour count. Not so much killing raiders and whatnot, but he just wants you to walk the whole way.
You can't have fusion cores on I think it's on my PS4. I have 100 and something fusion cores or whatever, and they're just always with me because I'm always in power armor. Now if I'm gonna be able to bring 1 or 2 fusion cores, I probably won't stay in power armor because there's going to be nothing worse than like getting to a certain area on the map that's far away from a settlement and my fusion cores go dead. I'm definitely not going to walk back like really slow without the fusion core, and I can't just like fast travel back to Sanctuary to pick up a few more, or to the
Exactly.
or something to buy some more. Like, so you're definitely going to have to like strategically think how you play survival mode. I don't know.
It's either ammo or power armor on that one. Honestly, that's what that sounds like.
Oh, another thing that's crazy too is on the compass. So you can no longer, the enemies no longer show up like on the little compass, the little red dot you'll see like on the compass. So enemies no longer show up there or whatever. So you're gonna have to like keep your eyes open at all times or whatever. And the distance where like locations would normally appear, like you'd see, they wouldn't be whited out. They'd be kind of like the white outline on your compass, where you can see, oh, okay, I haven't discovered this place. So you go to it, like that's going to be like a really, really short. So you're gonna have to be like really, really close to it for it to show up. So, if you're playing in survival mode for the first time, or if you're playing Fallout 4 for the first time in survival mode, man, it's gonna. I don't know if I'd do that. Like, I would definitely recommend going to like normal or something before jumping into survival mode. Like,
I'd go baby mode honestly on that one if they had that. That should be the next DLC, Fallout Baby Mode. For those just starting to play out Fallout Baby Mode. Coming here, if this is your first time ever playing a Fallout game, go ahead and try Baby Mode. We'll get you the fundamentals, then you can work your way up to regular mode. And then if you're really fine with that, you can go all the way to survival mode.
Yeah, also known as you're gonna die.
Also known as good fucking luck.
Yeah, or you have to start over. When you're dead, that's a wrap.
Or make it Dark Souls where you can't pause or save.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised they didn't have it where you couldn't save. Like, another thing that would have been cool is like if you're going to. Well, I guess that would kind of take away from the RPG element, but you know how like when you go into your Pip-Boy or something to look in like your inventory or whatever, the game pauses. So what if you did that, but the game didn't pause? Like if it was still attacking you, like that would kind of suck.
You're fighting a behemoth trying to pull out your freaking Fat Man because you're only using your 10mm, but the behemoth's still hitting you while you're in your Pip-Boy.
Yeah, I definitely will be going into God mode in survival, unless they remove that option. But I don't think they can do that on PC. But
Well, not on PC, but if you're a console player like me, you don't get the luxury of God mode.
Yeah, well, you will soon, hopefully, when they have.
Hopefully, yeah.
I don't know if you'll be able to activate God mode, but that would be kind of cool if you could. Well, speaking of mods or whatever, so they also announced official mods, and I don't really know what that means versus like non-official mods, which on the PC, we have like Nexus mods is probably like the most popular place to get them. And I don't even know if there's any other place to get PC mods for Fallout. Like I only know about Nexus mods. Now I'm not a big modder. I do use some of them. Like if you look at one of my videos, I have Dog Meat. He's like a white wolf. I have like some power armor mods that I use, where I've got like digital camo, different colors. Like I run around right now with red digital camo. I have some of the body mods and stuff for my female character. Some of the hair
body mods for the female character. I see how it is.
Yeah. Well, I just whatever.
Quotations around body mods.
Yeah. So I had to beef her up a little bit and add some hair to her, some like different ponytails and different hair designs or styles or whatever. But I don't really use like too many mods. I've played with some of them, like some of the texture mods and stuff, like where you can like clean up Sanctuary, make it where it's like green grass, and it looks like what I would imagine a nuclear site would look like after 200 years, like where grass would start to grow again. I guess I don't know, maybe not. Like I don't know, because I don't think there's anything that's 260 years old right now that's been affected by a nuclear. Maybe like what is that place in Russia? Like where that was like in the 80s. So.
Oh, Chernobyl, yeah.
Yeah. So right there, that's only like 30 or 40 years old. And
Chernobyl doesn't look all that bad.
Yeah, it doesn't look that bad. It definitely doesn't have like green grass and tree stuff. Green trees and green grass stuff. So, at least I don't think it does.
Yeah, I've never been there, nor have I looked at any recent pictures.
Yeah.
I saw it in Call of Duty once, but
yeah,
that was about it.
Yeah, that had like the playground in it in Call of Duty.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the difference between official versus non-official. So I tried looking to see some articles, maybe if they would explain the difference and what it meant. What I'm thinking is maybe these will just, be like maybe either on the Bethesda website or something that you can install like in Steam, like in Fallout 4, like maybe they're just officially supported by Bethesda. So I don't know, how that will differ if they'll run any better like on a PC or I suppose that maybe this will play into the console aspect of getting mods. My thinking is, on the Xbox One, and then later on the PlayStation 4, maybe you'll only be able to install like these official mods that are from the official Fallout store, Bethesda store, or something. I started thinking, maybe they're going to do kind of like a in-game purchase or something, kind of like how they do like on consoles, like for DLC or you buy like, like I said, Call of Duty, you can go in there and buy different guns or outfits and stuff like that. So I didn't know maybe that's how they're planning on doing the mods. I mean, I don't know if you've read anything about that or had any thought on it, but I just find it kind of interesting.
Well, the difference between official versus non-official mods, and I haven't seen any articles on this either, but it wouldn't be like Bethesda to have us buy official mods and then stick us with the free, crappy non-official mods. So what I think, honestly, because you were saying Nexus is the place to get the mods, and I know that a little bit from my time on PC in New Vegas. I think it'll be like how Twitter and Vine and even YouTube, if you're a popular YouTuber or whatnot, you'll get a little check mark or like something next to your name saying that you're verified. So I think Bethesda will do something like that. They'll take whoever's putting out the best mods, on Nexus or wherever else you can put out mods, and with the creation kit and whatever is most popular, they'll put like a official mod title with it for whoever's doing it the best. Because I don't think because if Bethesda was going to release mods for the game, I think they would have done it already instead of focusing so heavily on the DLC. I think they're doing the whole mod creation kit for the consoles that's their way of saying we're not going to do mods, we're going to do DLCs. You guys have already shown that you guys are going to be great at putting out mods, so we might as well give you an outlet to do that for your console. So I think that's the way they'll do it. Whoever's putting out the best mods, the mods that don't lag, the mods that actually are contributing to the gameplay, they'll go ahead and stamp those with an official stamp or Bethesda endorsed, and send them out like that. At least as a console player, I hope they would do that instead of charge me for the official ones. That would suck. And
The funny thing about that, the most popular mods for any of the games, like Fallout or Skyrim or something like that, almost all of them are always like nudity or like the female like big breast mods. Like, I mean, if you go look at Nexus mod for the top mods, almost every one of them, like probably the top 10 of them, it seems like are all like some type of like body mod or something.
Well, I saw them, for New Vegas. Problem is, my gaming PC or it's not really a gaming PC, but my PC that can run New Vegas is my family computer. So that's why I don't have any top 10 mods on there. I have the I have the God mode mod, and I think I have the one. There's one of the mods where you can play in Oregon. It's like a whole new chapter. I forget what it was, but I had that, or at least the beta version of it. And then
So it was like a new map or a new class.
yeah, it was basically just like a DLC.
Awesome. Now, I hope they do that for Fallout 4. Like, I hope there's some modder out there who loves just Fallout 4 and does something like this later on to extend the life of Fallout 4, which I imagine I'll be playing this for at least a year and a half.
Oh yeah. And the crazy part is with people making like landmass expansions like that and putting them to Nexus, I mean, they don't get paid for that. They're doing it either out of the kindness of their own heart or hoping that they'll get donations for it. I mean, like, I've never once downloaded a thing that didn't ask for donation, but I've never downloaded a mod that I had to pay for. So that's like crazy how like I never donated to a modder. I sure would like to, but I've never done it. I'm just trying to think like who does.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's somebody out there that donates. I mean, I've been playing PC games for 10 years or something like that now, and I used to be really heavily into Battlefield 2, and there were all kind of mods for it, like new map mods, and there was one called, I think it was AIX or something, And I mean, this thing had like 20 maps or something in it, all these different vehicles that you couldn't get like in the vanilla, BF2 game. And yeah, I never donated, but I, sure as heck was using the mods or whatever, playing on servers and everything with them. So yeah, it's crazy like that they, there's someone that has enough time to put forth into like something like that where they're not getting paid for it. They're just doing it because they love the game. And I think that's what's so awesome about like the Fallout community, because if you're playing on PC and you go to Nexus Mods and you look at the number of mods for any of the Fallout games or any of the Skyrim games, like that, and you compare them to the other games, to like The Witcher 3, which it's been out like close to a year. It's been out for quite a while now, but Fallout 4 has only been out, since November. You look at like it's like 4 times as many mods for Fallout 4.
Yeah.
For The Witcher 3. So I'm just saying, like this, Fallout is just an awesome franchise, but to have like so many people doing so many different things so that you can play the game the way you want to do it, so you can enjoy it, whatever makes it enjoyable for you. I think that's just awesome. Like
well, Fallout and Bethesda. Todd Howard. I don't know if you've done a little background on him. I've watched a couple little background videos and read some articles and some Wikipedia. Before he worked for Bethesda, he actually pirated Bethesda's games, so he didn't pay for them, and then he went and modded them. And so he went into Bethesda having this idea, and him pirating games and whatnot. So, I mean, I'm sure he's against piracy of his Fallout games. I mean, who wouldn't? But I think he goes into each game that he makes, especially with Fallout. Or not that he makes, that him and his team make, especially with Fallout, just going in like knowing that this is going to be a moddable game. Because like even Fallout 3, there's a ton of mods for it. And like I remember when I had Fallout 3 for my console, for my Xbox 360, when I still had the Xbox 360, I could download mods that were compatible with my console. Of course, I had to have this whole conversion tool or whatnot, but I could even do that. And so I think Todd Howard makes his games, or the team makes their games, knowing that modding can happen, and so they want to support that as much as they can, so they make it as easy as possible to mod it for them. And I think that's a really, 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 really key component with why Fallout has so many mods, because they just make it easy to do.
Yeah, that's all. And like you were mentioning earlier, the creation kit or whatever, them putting out a tool like that, it's just like, look, this is the game that we've created. Now here, you go make it even greater, or add things to it that we didn't have time to do, or that we just didn't think the players want. That's really awesome, the way Bethesda handles that. And I think it's even more awesome that they're trying to bring that aspect to the console, because I do play on the Xbox One, I do play on the PS4, I have both consoles, and I do play on the PC. I happen to like the PC more, and the mods play a big part in that. The reason why I like playing on PC, because I can play it a little bit different than I can on my PS4 or on the Xbox One. And one thing I also wanted to mention too, while we're talking about like the survival mode stuff and the Todd Howard interview that he gave, I'm pretty sure it was IGN. He mentioned that there was like a terminal somewhere in the game that no one has found yet, or maybe they found it, but it was like a Easter egg and no one's mentioned it here, or he hasn't seen it mentioned anywhere. So I didn't know if you've seen anything about that.
I did see something about that, actually.
Where do you think it is? Like, where do you think the terminal lives? Now, I was thinking it has to be somewhere like by the Glowing Sea or somewhere like in an area like that.
I have no idea. I think this will be like the Jar Jar Binks thing with Star Wars, where it was a while after the prequels came out that people started to catch on that maybe Jar Jar's a Sith. And even George Lucas, while he was, he did the whole behind the scenes thing, like, oh yeah, Jar Jar, he is the key to all of this. And that went over everybody's head, like, oh, there's no way he's a Sith. Oh wait, he's a Sith. Okay. And so now you all have these like film theories, like, oh, this is why Jar Jar's a Sith. Like, oh yeah, okay. So now we're pretty certain of it, and this is however many years later. I have a feeling this is gonna be just like that with this game. No one's gonna find it for however long. No one would have found it, or would even have thought to find it if Todd hadn't said anything about it. And if someone would have found it if Todd hadn't said anything about it, they wouldn't even know what it was.
That's the next thing. Do you read all the terminals? Like when you go into like an area?
No, never.
You know what? I do, but I think after like 100 terminals or so, eventually I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I've seen the one that had like all the GI Joe names. I don't remember what it was, like Vault 95, I think, or I don't remember where it was. But there's like a terminal that has all the players' names, or like from GI Joe. Or it was like,
That's funny.
yeah, I don't remember. It's somewhere. I'm gonna have to find it, like put it in the show notes, or maybe we can come back to that like next week or whatever. A follow up, like which place that is, because I know I talked about it before. Tumblr, like I put a link to it, a screenshot. But little things like that. But I eventually got bored of like reading all the little backstories to every
Exactly.
character, because there's so many of them. Like, I mean, there's got to be 500 different terminals in Fallout 4.
And there's just like 10 or so story writers just sitting at Bethesda like, okay, well, it'll be funny to put in the vault. Okay, here, write that down. All right, you're going to code that in there? Perfect. And like me as a player playing Fallout 3, New Vegas, and 4, I'm just so conditioned when I go to terminals. Okay, here's what I want. I need to unlock this door. Blah, 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 blah. Unlock door. Da, 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 whatever. Oh, I need a code. Okay, find the code. And so like, I'm at a point where like I don't see the backstory when it's right in front of me. I'm only looking for what is gonna get me farther in the game, and so so how can I spend the minimum time in the terminal and maximum time getting that door open or whatever else? And so I think I'm conditioned to just not see the whole backstory stuff. And like, let's say I had found the terminal, there's no way I'd know because I would have not even paid attention to anything that was going on. And I bet you that's happened. Like someone going through, gotta unlock this door. Okay, there it is. Missed the entire whatever Easter egg it was, and to this day, I don't even know that they've done it.
Yeah, there's one terminal like that I've been pinpointing to wonder, and maybe it's something to do with this. So, have you done the Conrad Kellogg mission? Like, I guess I'm assuming you've already done that. Like, he's the guy that like kills your husband and wife and takes baby Sean. Have you done the mission like where you have to finally meet him yet? I don't know how far along the game. But,
yeah, it's weird. I actually just got into Vault 111, so I haven't played past that.
Just got to Vault 111?
Yeah, I just got lowered in.
Oh, come on.
Definitely joking.
Yeah, I was like, you had me confused. I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, wait a minute, Vault 111, you just got lowered in. I'm like,
maybe he means Vault 81 or whatever.
Maybe he means Vault 101, yeah.
No, I've done the Kellogg mission, and
Okay, so before you enter the room where Kellogg is, there's like I don't remember, there's like a little hallway or something, and like he opens the door for you, but if you are facing the door that you walk in, if you turn around and the door is to your back, you go to the left, and there's some like little bunks or something in there. There's like some little barracks or whatever with some bunks. So there's a terminal in one of the rooms. I think you have to walk down, take a left, and then it's like the first or second room on the left down the hallway. If you leave the area where Kellogg is. Now there's a terminal in there, and you get to it, and it's like running, but it never does anything. You just sit there at it, and it's like, okay, access this, and then it's like it just keeps ticking. Now I've tried it on the Xbox, the PS4, and the PC. It does the same thing on all three platforms. The only reason I mentioned that because the first time I did it on the PS4, I thought it was like a glitch or like a game-breaking bug. I was like, wow, I can't get to whatever is on this terminal, and it doesn't tell you that something's wrong. It just keeps running, like it never does anything. I've even brought Nick Valentine with me. I'm like, hey, can you hack that computer? And he'll just sit there, like you can leave him there for 30 minutes, and he just sits there typing away, like talking as he types or whatever, and he never unlocks it or whatever. But you can actually get into it. It's not like locked with a password. It's just like you can't get past whatever it's telling you on the terminal, which I don't remember off the top of my head. But I'm kind of like, dang, maybe I need to bring like someone with me to hack this. And I started thinking like, okay, who in the railroad? You can't bring Tinker Tom with you. You could bring Deacon, but he's not like the hacker. That's Valentine's the one that does all the hacking. So I'm like, what other companion could I bring that could maybe like get through that? And I haven't went back to do it yet, but I was just like, man, it has to be something with this terminal because it's just weird that it just there's nothing to it. Like it's telling you can read something and it never loads whatever the content is. So,
yeah,
that's just an idea. If you're listening, go definitely check that terminal out. Where is Kellogg at? Where do you find him at? I know you do the little thing with dog meat where he leads you to it, but I don't remember what building that was in.
I think it's like Green Tech. Is it green tag?
No, I think green tech is where you meet the courser the first time.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Green tag is when you meet the courser. It starts with an H, where you find Kellogg. It's a military base, for sure.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, it is the military base.
It starts with an H.
Oh man, I don't know. But anyway, whatever that place is, we don't need to it. Definitely go check that out though, and someone smarter than me can figure out how to get into it.
Well, I haven't checked that out yet. I might do it and say I come up with some results.
Definitely. I mean, I haven't brought all my companions back, but I was just trying to think, like, who can get into a terminal other than Valentine? Like, who else is like a hacker like that, or has the ability to hack? I know Kate can't do it. Definitely not Preston or Dogmeat.
That's why Kate is my least favorite companion. She doesn't do anything.
Yeah, but she likes it when you do bad stuff, or like like when you drink or take jet.
Ho ho ho! She likes it when I play Fallout. Great. I want someone that gets pissed at me when I play Fallout.
Bring Strong with you. He doesn't like anything.
Or bring Piper. Yeah, you really shouldn't be using that buff out. Shut up, Piper. Go talk to Nat. I don't need you here.
Who is your favorite companion while we're talking about companions?
My favorite companion is Piper just because of that. She likes to start stuff with my character. She'll all of a sudden get into conversation like, oh, hey, what's up, Blue? Hey, listen, here's about my backstory. Like, awesome, Piper. Guess who didn't ask about this? Me.
So, and I actually have a cool tip about Piper. That'll be like my tip of the week. We will get into that. But before that, I had a few little, it's like a follow-up for Automatron, and the achievements, you can actually find them on Steam.
Oh yeah, the achievements.
Yeah, we're going to have a little debate about this here. So, with Automatron, there's 5 new achievements and trophies, depending on which platform you're playing on. There is Headhunter, Mechanical Menace, Most Toys, which you can actually get that by building 10 robot mods. There is Restore and Order, and there is Robot Hunter. Unlock that with 10 robot mods. The other 3 are all quest or whatever. Headhunting, Mechanical Menace, and Restore and Order are the quest that you will achieve. So you say you don't care about achievements and you don't try for them, you just whatever, it's just nothing, not a big deal for you. But I'm kind of like on the other end of the spectrum. Like I actually enjoy going after them just for the challenge, not really to like showcase them. Hey, look what I got! I got all 50 achievements in the PS4. Which actually, I do have platinum on the PS4. It is my only platinum trophy on the PS4. So I have all 51 Fallout. That's 50 achievements plus the 1 platinum. Why is it that you don't care about that?
Well, I had a different opinion on the 360 because it was pretty easy to find the achievements on the 360. You were just to go to the big button and then scroll over to achievements, and it would show you the achievements. And that was fun because let's say I'd finished the game and I did start, trophy hunting or achievement hunting or whatever you call it for your Xbox. I get to find the ones that I'm pretty sure I could do and then go do them. That wasn't stuff I spent time doing, but if I was super bored but I still wanted to play Fallout, I'd do some of that sometimes. But one of the things that keeps me from wanting to go hunt achievements on the Xbox One is I don't know where to go. I'm not like saying I'm an expert on the Xbox One or anything, but I know my way around it. But I don't know where to find my achievements. Unless I get achievements, I can say Xbox open that. But other than that, I don't know where to go. So it's not like worth it for me to go find them if I can't like look back and like remember how I got this achievement or how hard it was for me to work for it. And then another thing is like I think achievements are more for multiplayer games, like Call of Duty, Halo Reach, Halo 5, whatever it is now. Halo Reach is my favorite. And to get those achievements, so when other people go and hover over your gamer card, they can see like, oh, dude, this guy got this many achievements. Because those achievements are supposed to be hard to get. You need to be like super good to get them. And so other players, when they play, can be like, oh, don't mess with this guy because he's got all these achievements. But with Fallout, I just think, achievement hunting or trophy hunting just takes away from the storyline and like the passion for Fallout. Because if you get all your energy focus into getting achievements and like getting however many kills or doing however many this or romancing all your companions, it's like and I don't even know the achievements for Fallout 4 because I just haven't looked. I just think it takes away from like the passion of the game, just playing it just to play it, playing it just to see what happens, or going and choosing the Institute or choosing the Minutemen or choosing the Brotherhood and like focusing with them. I think it takes away from all that once you get, and I'm not saying like getting achievements in Fallout is a bad thing. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying if you go and you just focus on the achievements, even after you're done to play it through, I just think like it takes away from the cool stuff you can see in the background or like the cool Easter eggs that you'd have to get if you're like really paying attention to what was going on. So yeah, personally, I don't care for achievements. I'm not judging anyone who does. That's your type of gameplay. I get it. But I personally don't waste my time with achievements or trying to find them out.
Yeah, one of the things that I was most disappointed with Fallout as far as getting the trophies on the PS4 is there was like only one gold trophy, or maybe two. One gold trophy, and then obviously the platinum one, which I was like, wow. And some of these were hard, like the benevolent leader, like where you have to get like 100, happiness, like in a settlement. I think that's like a bronze trophy, and that is like the absolute hardest trophy to get, like in Fallout 4. I just like, it's just like crazy, like trying to get like the 100 happiness. It just took me like 4 hours to go from, I think it was like 92 or 94 happiness to the 100.
Have you played Fallout Shelter?
Yes, I have.
It's kind of like that. I cannot get my freaking dwellers happy in Fallout Shelter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you do. Like, you know what? I played Fallout Shelter, and I kind of just gave up on it because I was just like, man, it was like every time I launched the game, it was like Deathclaw attack, all your food and everything's gone. So I was just like, delete. Like, I played it though. I did play it for about a month. For me, the achievements is just something fun to do. As I mentioned, I only have one platinum trophy on PS4, and that was Fallout 4. I'm at about 60% or so on the Xbox, and where you see your achievements at, I believe it's on your profile or your games list. I know you can see them on there. I don't think it's as simple. I don't like the layout of the Xbox One.
I don't like it either. It was like a Windows 8, the tiles and everything. Like, okay, get me back to Windows 7 where I can see where my crap is.
Yeah. For me, like, I don't use my Xbox or my PlayStation for anything other than games. Movies, music, stuff like that. I don't care for it. I don't want it on there. You show me all the games in the store. And yeah, the Xbox I find to be very confusing. As someone who uses the Xbox as like a secondary console, where the only thing that I use the Xbox for are things like Halo or what's the other Gears of War.
Oh man, I love Gears of War.
Yeah, so I use my Xbox for those things. Everything else, it's on the PS4, and I just have my friends that play with the PS4. So I don't really have a preference over the console being better than the other. But, yeah.
Console wars, baby.
Yeah. Xbox sucks.
Oh man, you play PS4? Oh, that's cute. Bill Gates is my hero.
Yeah, PC Master Race. No, but as far as the achievements go, yeah, I agree. Like, it's just something to showcase to your friends or whatever. And I think, if you're just focusing on that, yeah, we'll take away from the game. And you want to. I mean, I don't know. I also think that on the flip side of it, if you've completed the main quest, I think going after the achievements will extend the life of the game, because then you have something to actually try to do in the game. Hey, I want to find all 20 bobbleheads. So if you want to do that anyway, you're going to do it. But then you're also going to get this achievement or trophy for it. So, I just think it's kind of something fun to do. I know people that are like go crazy over, I've got, 55 games. I've got platinum trophies in them, or, I got all the achievements to them, man. I'm awesome. I'm level 85 in Xbox Live or whatever. Like, I don't get into it like that. I just do it like, for the fun aspect of the game or whatever. Just something to say, hey, I actually did this. I love this game, and I've done everything in it. Here's the proof to it. Look at me. I got the platinum. So, I don't know.
Oh yeah, dude, I got platinum in all my Call of Duty games. I'm like the greatest player ever. Oh yeah, cool, bud. Tell me how the girlfriend's going. Cool, bud.
The fact that I have over 500 hours in Fallout 4 between the 3 platforms.
I don't have close to that. I don't understand how you have that time.
I have no idea. You know what? When it first came out, I was like addicted to it for the first like 3 or 4 weeks. And I was putting in like 6, 7, 8 hours a day like, I would come home from work, and then I would just plop down on my couch and and I actually started off playing Fallout 4 on the Xbox One, even before the PS4 or the PC. I bought it. I went and waited in line at GameStop at midnight or whatever.
I did that too.
Yeah.
I actually brought my prop caps. I had made like a surplus of them, and they're just taking space up on my little Fallout shrine shelf. And so I brought like a ton of Manuka Cola caps. I was like, hey guys, so listen, I don't want to go home with these, so I'm just going to set them here. They're yours. It took them like a second to be like, what is he talking about? And once they realized they were caps, like, you had like all the nerds in GameStop, like, oh dude, I want one. Oh, I got a Sunset Sarsaparilla one. Dude, that's cool. I got a Quantum one. Like, yeah. Okay, guys.
Yeah, that's awesome. I wish I could have got some free caps. I did actually get a the Pack South loot crate package. So I had a friend, Tanya, her and some of her friends, they have like a website where they write about gaming and stuff, and they actually went there like as media guest, and she actually picked one up for me. I think that was really awesome or whatever, so I want to send a shout out to her for that. But I got like a Pack South bobblehead. It's a loot crate version, but
Dude, that's awesome.
Pack South exclusive or whatever. There was like a bag in there, like a vinyl bag that actually, when you fold the bag up, it folds into like this little zip pouch that's in the shape of like a roller cap. So that's pretty cool or whatever. And there was like a T-shirt, a couple patches, and
I want to be friends with your friends.
yeah, me too. I want to be friends with them, and where they keep sending me cool stuff like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I thought it was pretty cool. Something to add to my collection. I think I showed you a picture from Instagram, all of my Fallout goodies, from Fallout 3. I don't have any New Vegas stuff though, like as far as like bobbleheads or figurines or shirts or anything. Everything I have is 3 or 4, and I know there are some of the little figures
So
for New
that's
Vegas.
not right.
I haven't really went on Amazon or eBay or somewhere looking for them, but something that I want to do to add to my collection, because I do get into collecting the Fallout memorabilia and stuff.
That's funny because I was thinking about that the other day. How like most of my stuff is Fallout New Vegas stuff. The only stuff that isn't Fallout New Vegas specific is my Wasteland Survival Guide that I have. My Fallout Pop figures. I have the Vault Boy and the Feral Ghoul. And hey, the Vault Boy after Fallout 4 came, or the weeks leading up to Fallout 4 coming out, and the months afterwards, getting a Vault Boy Pop vinyl figure was like the hardest thing. Like, it would be easier for me to go buy black tar freaking heroin than it would to be buy that Vault Boy. And given I live in a very, very, very safe community that doesn't really, specialize in black tar heroin, but I'm pretty sure I could find it here easier than I could find one of these figures. So my parents finally hunted one down for my birthday. I don't know how they got it, and I don't know how much they spent on it, but they got it for me for my birthday, which they're originally going to get it for me for Christmas, but they couldn't freaking find it. And so, like, oh man, but that doesn't mean anything. I'm just saying that's another Fallout non-New Vegas specific item. Another non-New Vegas specific items are my 2 Nuka-Cola bottles, my Nuka-Cola and my Quantum that I got from Target, and then my Roundup BBs, my caps that I've made, and my Radaway. Everything else is Fallout New Vegas specific. So both my Pip-Boys that I've made, one of them is just a regular Pip-Boy that I saw. Like, it was my Pip-Boy from New Vegas. I mean, I guess that could be from 3 too. But I've also got my Pimp Boy 3 Billion, which is New Vegas specific. I've got Sunset Sarsaparilla caps, also New Vegas specific. And my biggest New Vegas specific is my new California Republic flag. And that thing is sweet. I didn't even know they sold them. Again, my parents got that for me. I was like, where did you even find this? I've been looking for one of these forever. And they got it.
It's the white with the bear with the 2 heads, right?
Yeah, it's the regular California flag with 2 heads, and it says new in front of it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I would love to grab one of those too, like just something to hang in my little gaming man cave that I have here at my condo. Where it's just like you walk in there and it's like a video game or whatever.
Right.
Oh yeah.
You went through a lot of
Yeah, like my
effort to
girlfriend,
arrange this
she
meeting.
hates it. Like,
But before we go
she'll call me or
further,
text me and I don't answer. She's like, I know what he's doing.
Who the
And it is ensuing. Like,
He's not cheating. He's playing video games.
yeah, that's the good thing. Like, I am loyal.
Looking for the railroad.
So, all right, so we'll wrap it up. So I have a tip right here. So this would be like our tip of the week. that
It's
we're gonna
clear
do
you're
every
not with the
weekend.
institute.
And
But who told you how to contact
this
us?
tip right here, I don't know, it's not really like a tip. It's just something you can do in game that I think is pretty cool. So once you get like 100% companionship or whatever, or romance, like your NPC, your non-playable character, to maximum happiness. Where it's like, oh, you've reached maximum happiness with Piper. With my
I've reached maximum happiness with Piper. I'll tell you that.
yeah, Piper's probably my favorite NPC. But so when you reach maximum happiness with it, bring Piper, whoever it is. You can bring Valentine, or I don't think obviously Dogmeat will not work for this. I don't think Codsworth does either, but I know like all the human type, either whether they're synth or
Why did you want to meet
because
with
like
us?
Paladin Dance is a synth or whatever.
You have sense.
Spoiler alert.
I wanna learn
Oh
more.
man, you should have started with spoiler alert. When I found that out, I flipped out.
But you bring them back to
I
Vault
felt like the
111.
only
And
way-
Hold up. You just ruined the game for whoever hasn't figured that out yet.
I need to make sure we're on the same
They're listening like, oh, hold up. And they're like, listen, oh, this would be great. He is what
Yeah.
now? Oh,
I
no.
we'll get like death threats like on YouTube
Yep.
or whatever. No. Okay, but look. So go back to
They
Vault.
told me that.
Exactly.
Go back to Vault 111. Bring your companion there, and go back into the little isobaric chamber or whatever it's called that where you're like frozen inside the vault, and where your wife is like still frozen, like for whatever reason, like she hasn't thawed out, like even though you've left the door open.
That drives me
I
insane.
risk my life for
Okay,
people
thaw her
every
out, like
day.
have her turn to a
Makes no
skeleton,
difference
something
to
like.
me if
Crawl out
the
through the
universe
fallout and melt
was.
that freaking ice.
Yeah, so she's still frozen, but anyway, so like when you bring your companion there, they will have something to say about the wife, like especially like if you're a male character and you have Piper, like I forget what it is. I actually have a YouTube video on it. I will find it and try to link it in the description if I can find it, because I have like 400 videos about Fallout on YouTube. But pretty sure I should
When you
too hard to
tango with
find
the
it.
institute,
Anyway,
you gotta be
you go in there and
careful
she'll have something like she's like, oh, so this is the wife or
Your leader
whatever.
was just being
Fancy to
cautious.
meet you, or she'll have something to say like that. Then she'll break into the hey, I'm really sorry, whatever. She'll go into this little spiel about like
But
her
it's all
family
good
and
now.
how she
I
feels
vouch
bad
for
for
you.
you and all this
Nobody
stuff,
got
or whatever.
shot.
So nothing about bringing up how she's getting the sloppy seconds or anything?
No, nothing about that. One thing I've done with Piper though, like is I put my wife's wedding ring on her. Like I'm real savage like that. Like I put my dead wife's wedding ring on Piper, my love, and then I bring her back to meet like the dead wife whose ring she's wearing. Like it's some real savage type stuff.
Well, you want to be twice as savage. Bring Dance, Valentine, or Deacon. Do that same thing, but be a male character. So, like, bring it back. Like, hey, our marriage is great. I like men now. This is what you did.
He's wearing your ring.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be funny. Yeah, but you can do that with all of them. It doesn't have to be like male, female. So when you bring back Deacon or McCready, whatever, they'll all have something to say to you, like along the lines of, each one of them has a different saying or whatever. But it's just something fun to do, and just something as a tip or whatever, something different in the game that maybe most people didn't think about doing. Go ahead and do that one time. If you bring Dogmeat back, you can actually have him get the cryolator.
Yeah, I don't know if they've patched that yet.
Oh yeah, you know what? I think they did. I believe they did on that one.
Regardless, you can uninstall patches.
Yeah, so you can do that. Yep, there you go. And anyway, but if you bring Dogmeat, I don't think he says anything as far as unless there's like a talking mod or something. That would be awesome for Dogmeat.
Talking mod. You know how hard it is to get to voice a mod? It's pretty hard. Like with DLCs and whatnot, and they have to hire voice actors and stuff to do the voices and whatnot. And the people who play the main two characters, they're still working today with those DLCs and stuff. And so that's kind of weird to think about. Like I was telling you about that mod I got with that let you play in like Oregon, that was fully voiced, and there were a lot of lines. So just I don't know. This doesn't really have anything to do with what we were just talking about. But if you're listening and you're playing a mod and it is fully voiced, go donate to that developer of that mod, because that is a lot of time and effort to have that thing voiced.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like I think a voiceover. I think being a voiceover actor, like if I had like a dream job or something, definitely a voiceover actor for a video game. I think would be. I'm not gonna say like a dream job, but I think it would be something like really cool to like say, hey, I'm a voiceover actor for like my favorite game, whether it's Mass Effect or Fallout or Halo or Metal Gear or whatever it is. Like I just think that would be like something cool to put on the resume or whatever as a personal achievement. Not as something like as a career, but even as a career, I think that would be really cool. Or even cartoons. Like imagine if you were like a regular like on Family Guy or
Yeah.
Simpsons or just any like massively popular like cartoon sitcom television show like that. I think that's really cool. But all right, so we'll wrap it up here. And you can find me on Twitter at iCriZZO. You can also find me on Tumblr at iCriZZO.net. And Jackson, you want to go ahead and tell them where they can find you at?
Yeah, because I like to, self-promote myself seemingly twice as much as you do. I'm just going to go ahead and say these three following platforms are at news_fallout. So I think it's the two following platforms. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at news_fallout. You can find me on Skype. You can find me on Tumblr. You can find me on Snapchat at Fallout News, one word. And then on YouTube, if you're watching this podcast on either of our YouTubes, we should probably be linking each other, so it shouldn't be hard to find us there. I still cannot figure out how to get my YouTube link to say youtube.com/Fallout News. I have to figure that out. Is like a certain amount of subscribers I have to have? Like, it's driving me nuts.
Yeah, I can tell you how to do it when we get off the air. I'll show you how to do it.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have brought that up now, but hey, if you're listening, Christopher knows how to do it.
Yeah, that'll be the tip for next week. How to customized URL.
Next week on YouTube Cast.
Oh, and you could also find us at falloutcast.com.
That's
where
right.
We're going to start uploading the audio version of this podcast. So if you want to listen to it on the go, like in your favorite podcast app, whether it's on iPhone or Android, you should be able to find that. So hopefully we'll have this up within the week. So if you're listening to this tomorrow or the 1st of March 2016, might not be ready yet, but should be ready within a week. Hopefully we have everything running by then. But thanks for listening or watching if you're on YouTube. I hope you have a great day.